What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, people? What's up? It's me again, L Teddy 27 with my Chronicles of an Angry Teacher and all that good stuff. This is a retro review, retro review. This is going to be our review for A Different World Season 2, Episode 7. It's called The Stepping Stone. So it's homecoming week at Hillman, and I must say, having been to a lot of different homecomings of several different HBCUs, this was pretty tame in terms of a homecoming week, if you ask me. Now, that may be because we're highlighting and showcasing one group of individuals, but it still kind of seemed pretty tame. I mean, if you're gonna put homecoming out there, you gotta put the you gotta put it all out there and let people see what homecoming really, really, really is truly all about. I'm just saying. Anyway, um, so we see that the girls in Gilbert Hall are practicing for the dorm step shows. Now, a lot of schools have dorm step shows where they have the Greek step show, but they also have the dorm step show where the dorms will compete against each other in a step show. So that's pretty common. And the girls are practicing. Whitley has choreographed most of the routine, and they're practicing on that. Freddie can't seem to get it because Freddie, she got some white inside her. She don't got no rhythm like that. This is where that white side kicks in, and it's not going too well. It's not going too well. Letty comes by and says she's on her way to go pick up the oldest living alumnus of Hillman, who's like 90 something years old, and bring her back, and because she stayed in Gilbert Hall. So then we see Dwayne down to the pit now. He's putting the moves on this girl. He tells this girl to meet him at the bonfire later on that night, and they're gonna get it down. And after she leaves, Walter comes up to Dwayne and says, "Listen, I need a favor." Dwayne was like, "Oh, anything, whatever." He was like, "I need it tonight at 8 o'clock." He was like, "I can't do it tonight at 8 o'clock." He was like, "Oh, yes, you can." He was like, "I can't because I'm supposed to meet this girl at the bonfire." Walter says, "Oh, really? Let me go down this grocery list of things. You did this on this date, this on that date, this on that date." Can I note that this was done in 88? He mentioned on September 11th, whatever, you did such and such. And when you hear the date September 11th, it's never the same as it was back then. Now, I was alive back then. I was alive before September 11th, and I remember September 11th was just a random date. There was nothing special about that date. But now, since September 11th, 2001, whenever you hear the date September 11th, it's different. It must suck to have a birthday on September 11th. But anyway, I just made note of that in my notes, of how back then that would have been a random date, but now when you hear September 11th, and you're like, oh, because you always remember. So the old lady, well, I mean, of course, Dwayne says he's going to do it because Walter says if need be, I'll send this to the president, the dean, and your mama. So of course he agrees to do it. And he's supposed to be tutoring some football player in math. So then we get the alumna comes, the old lady comes, and she done skipped out on Letty and didn't even wait for Letty to come to the train station. She done got a called a cab. Cab fare is almost $100. To say go ahead and pay that cab fare and give him a good tip. She's the old ornery old bat. She's just mean and ornery and nasty to everybody. She's just very rude. And yeah, she's just very rude to everybody, just very off-putting, very condescending, yeah, arrogant, yeah. Anyway, Dwayne is tutoring. We see Dwayne tutoring a football player who's just dumb as a box of rocks. He just can't get it. He just can't get it. He tells Dwayne, listen, you are left side of the brain. I'm right side of the brain. You like math and science. I like poetry and writing. Um, so he's just not getting it. Although he speaks quite well, so you can see that he probably is really into poetry because he's very well spoken. In Jalisa's room, we see Freddie is over there trying to get this routine and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be up all night if I have to." Ain't that much help in the world. Then we see Whitley comes in and goes in on Freddie a little bit, not too much, but a little bit, gave her a little bit, and said, "Those who can't step, those who can't step out or step down, I should say." So Freddie's all in her head. And then Jalisa says, "You know what, Whitley? That was mean. That was cruel. You're off the step team now." And Jalisa was like, Whitley was like, "But I still have to choreograph. You know, the Indian, whatever." "No, you ain't choreographing nothing. You off the step team." We then see Dwayne with the football player again. And he's trying so hard with him. But then he makes this connection to football where he gives him this math problem involving football, and he kind of figures it out, and he kind of the bell goes off, and he says, "Oh, I can use this to help the football player." So he's doing well. He found his way to reach the football player and help him out with the math, which was good. Then we back down to the pit. Now at the pit, Kim and Freddie and no Kim and Jalisa, they're talking. The girls from the other dorm come by and hit this quick 8 count, okay? I think it was 16 counts. Or it might have been an 8 count. But anyway, they hit this 8 count step that was kind of fierce. And Kim is like, and no, and then the girl from the other dorm says, "Oh, we heard y'all ain't even got no ending." She was like, "We do got an ending. They just lying." And so when the girls leave, Kim tells Jalisa, "No, you need to get Whitley back," and so does Freddie, because Freddie came over there embarrassing herself in front of the other girls, and they all was like, "No, you need to get Whitley back, because we need a good ending to beat them." Um, and so Jalisa knows she has to go back and talk to Whitley. Now in Whitley's room, Whitley is there. The old lady comes there, and she talks about her life and the fact that she's never been married, and she's just angry, just ornery, old bad. And they talk, and Jalisa tells her, about her grandfather renovating the dorm and this, that, and the third. And she tells um, Whitley, "No, I've never been married. I ain't tried to get married. I don't try to make connections to people, this, that, and the third." She's very off-putting. And so when she leaves not Jalisa, Whitley kind of sums it up as, "I don't want to be like her," or "I don't want to end up like her." And so when Whitley comes in right after her and asks her, "Do you want to be back on the step team?" she says, "Yes, sure, absolutely." And Whitley and Jaleesa's like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yes." "Is Freddie back on?" And Jalisa was like, "Yeah." "Is Freddie still on?" And Jaleesa's like, "Yeah." She was like, "Good, because I'm gonna stay up all night and help her if I have to." And Jaleesa's like, "Well, what's got into her?" So anyway, um, the next thing we see is the football player comes and tells Walter that he passed the test, but he on crutches. He done sprained a ligament, I think, or something like that. So he can't even play for a month. Then the step show starts. Now, that step they did was real basic. Like, I see little cheerleaders down to the little Pop Warner Optimus football games that do better steps and cheers than that. I was like, "Oh, that's real basic." And so I really was curious to see what the other team came up with. Because the little 8 count that the other team came up with was way better than the whole routine. That A, B, C, D, E, F, G junk. Girl, save that for some 6-year-olds, okay? Do better. I wanted to see what Libby Hall had. Anyway, and that was the whole episode. It went on from there. I was kind of underwhelmed with how they depicted the looking back now, and I'm an adult now, and I've been through college and been to all of these things and had a chance to experience it. And maybe because I was little, I saw it differently, and I was like, oh, that was nice. But now I'm kind of underwhelmed, very underwhelmed actually, by this episode and all that it gave for it to be an HBCU homecoming. I don't know. Am I being too hard and too critical, or should I just enjoy myself waxing nostalgic over all of this? Y'all let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.